Amara had always believed her life would follow the straight, unbroken path laid before her from birth, the path of a Zalan warrior, guardian of the ancestral valley, heir to the traditions echoed in every dawn ritual and nighttime fire. But that path shattered the moment she met Calder Rains, the solitary rancher whose land brushed against the tribe's southern border, like two worlds touching but never meant to blend. Yet fate, mischievous and wild, had other plans. It began on a wind-scoured evening when the sky bled copper and the scent of rain clung to the air like a warning. A wild stallion, a creature the tribe believed belonged to the spirits, tore through the boundary fences, and Amara, swift on horseback and fierce as a storm, pursued it into ranch territory. She leapt from her mare, bow in hand, only to be surrounded by two snarling ranch dogs until a low whistle sliced the air and a tall, broad-shouldered man stepped out of the shadows, calling the dogs off with calm authority. When their eyes locked, hers burning with defiance, his steady as a mountain, something ancient and magnetic snapped between them. Their first words were sharp, defensive, as if both were trying to hide the pull neither expected. But as the stallion galloped away and the dust settled, Calder offered her a rough, calloused hand to help her up from where she had stumbled. She refused at first, pride rising like a shield, yet the sincerity in his gaze forced her to accept it, marking the beginning of a quiet war inside her heart. Over the next weeks, their meetings became impossible to avoid, some accidental, some intentional, some born of excuses neither dared to admit were excuses, and slowly, under skies that shifted from blazing gold to tender blue, a connection formed, not loud or reckless, but deep, patient, and unsettling. Calder spoke with the honesty of a man who had nothing left to hide. He told her about the ranch he inherited after his father's passing, the droughts that stole the harvest, the corporations trying to buy him out, and the loneliness that seeped into a home with too many empty rooms. Amara, raised to carry secrets like armor, found herself revealing small pieces of her world, the burden of tribal leadership, the expectations carved into her since childhood, the suffocating weight of tradition. The tribe warned her that ranchers were takers, destroyers, men who valued land only for ownership, not spirit, but Calder was different. He listened with reverence, treated the earth like a living thing, and looked at her with a tenderness she had never known. Yet everything changed when the council announced the unthinkable. The Zalan would soon relocate, leaving their sacred lands behind in exchange for political alliances and financial security promised by outside forces. Amara fought the decision with the fury of a wildfire, challenging the elders, pleading with her mother, arguing that abandoning their heritage would break something the tribe could never reclaim, but her voice, though strong, was not enough to move the weight of centuries. When rumor spread that she had grown close to a rancher, suspicion turned to accusation and accusation to betrayal. The tribe's whispers followed her like thorns. She is forgetting who she is. She is choosing him over us. She will bring ruin. Calder, hearing of the turmoil, rode across the valley and confronted her beneath the old cedar tree, where they had first shared an unguarded moment, asking with quiet intensity, "Amara, what do you want?" Not the tribe, not the council, you. For the first time in her life, she let her truth break free like a dam giving way. "I want you," she breathed, despite knowing the cost of such words. The tribe erupted in rage. The elders demanded she renounce Calder or forfeit her birthright. Her mother wept, her father turned to stone, and the people she had spent years protecting now looked at her as if she were a stranger who had trespassed into their world. And yet, despite the heartbreak tearing at her, despite the crushing weight of their disappointment, she walked away, left the only home she had ever known with nothing but a single pack, her bow, her mare, and the fire of a woman finally claiming her own destiny. Calder received her not with triumph, but with a quiet, aching worry. He knew the tribe would not let her go easily, and he feared that loving him had painted a target on her back. In the nights that followed, Amara sensed movement in the trees beyond the ranch fence, shadows watching, waiting, as if the tribe's warriors stalked her in silence, torn between reclaiming her and punishing her. The dogs barked at nothing, The horses grew restless, and Calder insisted she stay close to the house. But Amara knew the tribe's patterns, their signals, their warnings. She could feel in the wind that a storm was gathering, a storm she had unknowingly sparked. Yet beneath the fear and uncertainty, another feeling bloomed, dangerous, exhilarating, powerful, freedom. For the first time, she lived by her own choice, not the tribe's script. And that freedom, raw and intoxicating, would soon drive her to do something none of them expected, something that would shake both worlds to their foundations and prove that choosing love was only the beginning of her rebellion. And as this new chapter of her life unfurled beneath the vast, unending sky, she knew there was no turning back. If you're ready to see what Amara does next, make sure you hit subscribe, because Chapter 2 will change everything.